Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Gamers podcast. You can't teach an old gamer new tricks. This is episode number 42, and I'm Ryan, and with me, as always, is my good buddy Rob.
Hey, fella. How you doing?
How's it going?
Oh, going great. Going great, eh?
Yeah.
That's what a Canadian says, because we're Canadian.
How's it going, eh?
Hey, how's it going, eh? No do to boot it.
No do to booty.
No do to boot it. Woo! All right.
So, how have things been going?
Oh, you know, living the dream. Living the dream.
Yeah.
How about you?
Still neck deep in renovations. Yeah. And, I have a great respect for people who do this for a living because, it's all rookie mistakes and just not doing it all the time. And they, turn into 3-hour roadblocks that just, yeah. And today, as I was trying to fit a toilet tank onto a toilet and it just wasn't fitting, the eternal words of a famous Canadian icon, just popped into my head, and I'm like, you know what? If they can't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
I'm a big Martin Short fan.
Not Martin Short.
Oh, no, it's Martin Short. The infamous red green.
The infamous red green.
Yes. Canadian icon.
And then, I yelled at my wife, I'm good looking, right? And they just hear, yes, Ryan. Yeah. I'm not handy.
Not feeling so handy. Yeah, I feel your pain. I've been cleaning poop off my bathroom floor from the leaked toilet. So
right. Yeah. I should stop complaining because I didn't have anything gross to deal with.
There was nothing. You didn't have to scrape any poop at all.
No. Well, when I was getting the ring, the ring ready for putting the toilet on, there may have been some poop there.
It's true.
Some old poop. Poop. Uh-huh.
Let's talk about video games, huh?
Yeah. I'm sure people don't want to hear about poop and renovations.
Oh dear, your mic just went way down again.
Did it?
Yeah.
Is it back?
Not yet.
No?
No.
Weird. But it also wouldn't be...
Oh, now you got super quiet.
Okay. And how about now? Is that back?
Yeah, I think you're back. Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay.
You never went away.
Yes.
Just me. All right.
We could probably edit that out if we're so inclined. We'll see.
Seems like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
All right, we got a little housekeeping. So, had a brilliant idea, Rob.
I know. I was there.
We're gonna do a favorite retro console of all time tournament. Starting tentatively say next week. This week's a little busy with Canada Day and all that good stuff.
My favorite town in Ontario, Canada.
Canada, Canada. So we're gonna we haven't quite come up with a final number yet, but we're gonna have the brackets, and we'll put the votes up on the page, and everyone will get to vote on their favorite console, and after probably run each bracket for a day or two, and see how it goes. I hope it goes well because I like stuff like this.
Yeah. Look forward to that next week.
Yeah.
I mean, the 3DO was going to win everything anyway, so there's not really any point in running it. But we enjoy interaction with the fans. So
yeah.
The fans are.
We'll even just call the tournament that 3DO is going to win. So
the 3DO Memorial Tournament.
The 3DO is going to win, so don't waste your votes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Also, no, I think that's all we had. Yeah.
That goes it.
All right, then we're just moving right on into news.
Dude,
because we can't afford bumpers.
we can't. And we're way too lazy to make them ourselves.
Yeah. Though I have a music maker program now. I've been dabbling.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Look forward to brand new bumpers.
Yeah. Maybe. So first story here is Facebook buys Ready at Dawn, the studio behind Lone Echo and The Order 1886. So I'm honestly thinking they bought the studio more on the basis of Lone Echo, which is, touted as being one of the greatest VR games of all time.
Okay.
Over The Order. But
Don't think it was The Order 1886 IP?
Man, like, I haven't felt so, like, in love with, like, the world of a game and then been so, like, disappointed by the actual game itself.
Watch this. It took longer to take that sip than it did to beat Order 1886.
Yeah, I was so, like, yeah. But that world they created, like, I just...
Yep.
Man, like, it was so cool. But, it says here that they're working on Lone Echo 2 and Echo Arena, based on Lone Echo. So, they also developed, were one of the developers on God of War Chains of Olympus, God of War Ghost of Sparta, and they also did Daxter. So
3 PSP games. Yeah.
And then The Order. So maybe, that's where, one completely random video game fact, but I don't even know if it's a fact, but I played The Order after playing the new God of War.
Okay.
And you've seen it in the trailers, that when you go to squeeze between rocks, the way the camera pulls up on Kratos and he like kind of looks over his shoulder like he's like kind of looking at the camera a little bit. And and I'm not supposed to touch my eyes, but man, I got something in this one.
It's the COVID.
Here. That should make it better, right?
There you go. Yep.
Oh, it did. Anyways, I was so surprised that there's parts in The Order where that exact same camera movement happens. You go squeeze between walls and stuff, and the camera like pulls back, and the guy even does the same thing. I'm like, man, they just stole that right from that game. So that's fine. They must just share.
Oh yeah,
they play nice when they're all at Sony.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So yeah, that could be a good thing. I mean, they're obviously they're probably gonna just develop for Oculus, honestly. That'd be my guess, but
sure.
It's good to maybe we'll see Facebook grabbing up some other developers here and just continuing their worldwide domination.
It's true.
So Pokemon's been having these like directs every week. Last week they announced the Pokemon Snap, and this week they announced Pokemon Unite.
Yeah, a lot of people. What was your take on it? Did you see the trailer? Or?
Yeah, and it's a MOBA.
Yep.
And
that it is.
I don't know how it's going to translate.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are thinking.
Yeah. So it's going to have to be a wait and see situation, but it's coming to mobile and Switch, and there's no release date yet.
It's a good
sign. So coming soon.
Coming to mobile and Switch.
So, have you ever tried Dota?
Dota?
Yeah.
No.
Defenders, Defense of the Ancients?
I have not.
The MOBA that created MOBA, I guess.
We're just throwing acronyms around, are we? It
makes me seem smart.
I have not tried Dota.
Okay.
Dota.
I haven't either. I put a crap ton of time into Heroes of the Storm, though.
Right.
Loved that.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't make a coffee.
No, I've had too much coffee already. It's
Oh, you just dropped right off.
Oh dear.
Well, we can just we'll move on to the next story. I think that's all we had to say about.
Right. Screw Pokemon. I think we both agree. You're like, that's not what I said.
So, Marv presented this week in this summer of game stuff. Marvel Avengers had a war stream, which is like a big 30-minute event. War table.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people were still pretty mixed. Like no one's getting their socks knocked off by this, eh?
No. What did you think?
It's hard for me to not be biased.
Mm-hmm.
Being a big old Marvel fanboy.
I thought it looked pretty mediocre myself. It's
like it didn't the fighting didn't look like anything, crazy, I guess. Like anything groundbreaking. We know who the bad guy is now. They showed that. It's MODOK. And you got to wonder if they're going to make him the big giant floating head again, or if it's
I'd hope so.
Because they just showed close-ups.
Yep.
I saw, so you don't know if it's the giant floating head again or what. Kind of tentatively optimistic.
Sure.
It's got a great developer behind it. So,
who's developing again?
Oh my goodness. Who is it? Crystal Dynamics.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Makers of some fine 3DO games.
Yeah.
They're one of the big developers for 3DO.
They're under
Here's your fact for the day.
Oh my goodness. Square Enix, right? Isn't that
sure? For guys who talk about video games all the time, we don't know a lot about video games.
Yeah. It it seems like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. Are you Googling it right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're a Square Enix.
Oh, there you
company. Go. Yeah. I'm rolled, Rob, man.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways.
Ask anything about Donkey Kong, we'll be able to tell you, but this new stuff, it's just too flashy. Can't keep on top of it.
So like Square Enix, they usually do pretty good games.
They do.
And this game has been in development a long time.
It has.
So
definitely has. So we'll have to see.
Have to keep our eyes open for that.
Keep our peepers peeping.
So former Sony executive Sean Layden, he was the chairman of Sony Interactive Entertainment Worldwide Studios.
Easy for you to say.
Or SUSE for short.
SUSE.
He thinks that we should be the industry should be moving towards shorter games in AAA titles.
Yeah. Interesting take.
It is, right? So I mean, the length of games is a very like badge of honor type thing. Like, I finished this in 30 hours or, and that, like in the early reviews, that's always something that's in there is that, this is how long the game's going to take you sort of thing. Right. And, I mean, do you like knowing that? How long a game's going to be?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. As a dad, I mean, with only a certain amount of gaming, like if a game's going to take 60 hours and it's not something I can play on my phone, which I can carry around with me all the time, there's not much point.
Right.
I mean, my hot take is Yeah, you want to make them shorter, but you better charge less.
That's the thing.
Yeah, if it's
It's
a
like,
5-hour game, do not charge me $80 for it. That's
yes,
absurd.
but also if it's a 5-hour game,
Hmm.
let's say from like, most of these AAA titles, you're looking at 40, let's say.
Sure.
Even if they drop it to a 20-hour game,
Hmm.
15 to 20 hour,
Sure.
you should drop the price to at least half, right?
Hmm.
But they
Yeah.
wouldn't.
Nope.
That would
They
that
would just
would
make more profit.
it would be a $55 or $60 game, right?
Yep. Or if they're going to half the price, but let's say add more DLC, like focus more on DLC that they're going to offer, or
Mm-hmm.
have a more fleshed out multiplayer, something that, to counteract it, right? I
Yeah.
mean, not every game has to be 30 hours. There's lots of great games that aren't, but there has to be some reason to go back and play it, right? Like Streets of Rage 4 is not a 30-hour game, but you can go back and play it again and again, and they didn't charge a full price for it either. So,
No.
yeah.
It's a weird, like, it is it's a weird dilemma,
Mhm.
because like the AAA titles, you expect epic amount of like time to play it, epic replayability, you know?
Yep. Yep.
Like, um I got a pretty good example actually for a recent game. Uh Jedi Fallen Order.
Great. Yeah.
It's a 15 to 20 hour game,
Mm-hmm.
but yet full price. And EA took the stance that they're not making any DLC for it.
Mm-hmm.
There have been some free updates, and they added like a champion mode, kind of like in Zelda, where you start out with nothing and kind of
Oh
just
yeah.
keep
Yep.
going against progressively harder things.
Mm-hmm.
But still, like, that was an $80 game. Great story what I've played, and like I hear that the entire story is pretty great, but still, if I had rushed out, knowing how long a game is kind of hurts it too, because as soon as I heard that that's how long it was, I'm like, there's no way I'm ever paying $80 for this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a dilemma, Rob.
Yeah. Let us know what you think.
Yeah,
It's a very because I mean, sometimes 15 hours of great game is better than 30 hours of you know.
exactly.
So maybe it depends how much WoW they factor into 15. That's just our thoughts.
Yeah,
We're just a couple of guys on the internet. And
and you can,
we're barely on the internet.
yeah, you can email us at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
You can tweet us at Make Us Grumpy.
Yeah, at makeusgrumpy.
At Make Us Grumpy. You can send me $5 at.
Yeah.
No, don't send me $5. Unless you really want to. Anyway, sorry. Carrying on.
Cyberpunk 2077 this week also had its big summer trailer.
Right. They needed to do something after pushing it out again, right? And
yeah, they did. They needed to give people something, and it
Yep.
got pushed out again. I think we talked about last week the date getting pushed out.
Yep,
Okay.
you bet.
But it's pushed out to November, and like I think I still stand by that. You know what? Have it be ready.
Yep.
Like I don't want to have 20 gigs of downloads day one.
Yep, absolutely. It'll be ready when it's ready, right? That's the right way to do it.
Also big news they announced.
Yeah.
Is that you can have up to 5 different types of pubic hairs in the character creator.
Neat.
Yeah.
This is why it's taking so long to release the game. They're doing stuff like this, right?
I hear it is like a little hedge simulator, and you can just trim it to I have no idea.
They've gone too far, Ryan. Video games have gone too far.
As usual. But that trailer, yeah. You know what? Speaking of like AAA titles, and I'm gonna have no problem dropping $80 on this game. After playing Witcher 3,
Right,
and seeing the potential of what of the polish they put into games, yeah, no problem.
look pretty good.
Yeah. Onto happier things than pubes.
I'm just blinking at the camera for the audio folks. It's
Bobble for Friends, which was I guess a timed Switch exclusive. Is coming to PS4 in November.
hey,
And the big deal is it's going to support PSVR.
interesting, very interesting.
I have a feeling it'll be kind of like a Moss or Astrobot thing, like you'll just be in godlike mode, looking down on everything.
Yeah, and honestly, this kind of added on thing is always very cool because it just feels like a bonus. Like if it's not great, who cares? Play the regular game, right? So very cool.
Also, if you haven't heard,
well, I've heard and partaken.
I haven't quite partaken yet, but after the show today, I got a couple things I need to partake. What we're talking about is Steam's big summer sale is on.
Holy moly!
Wowza!
All the games are on sale.
Wowza!
If Steam sells it, it's probably cheaper right now.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
Yep.
So something interesting I noticed. It was a big deal that EA announced that their Origin games are going to be coming to games that are on Origin are coming to Steam,
yes,
right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, I was looking into Battlefield 5. And I looked on Origin first because that's where my latest ones are. And it was full price, $60. I'm like, oof. I'm not. I want to play it, but I don't want to play it that bad.
Yep.
So I hopped on over to Steam. Yeah, it's like $27.99.
Yep.
I'm like, oh,
it's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yep. They're also going to be doing the EA Access, right? Like the online, like their version of Stadia or PlayStation Now, where you can, be pretty cool. Well, I'm on the front page of Steam right now, and there's like 4 games I want to buy just like right on the front page staring at me.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Another version of Galaga, because that Horizon Chase Turbo, that looks pretty cool. I've been wanting to try that for a while. It's $6 right now.
Yeah.
Raid and Overkill for $250. Good stuff. Yeah, sorry not to make this the what's Ralph gonna buy sale, but yes, go to Steam.
Yeah.
You're a PC guy and check it all out. There's lots for sale.
Lots. Yeah, like I had on my wish list, everything was on sale.
Yes, same with me.
Like,
I got an email that all the things you've on your wish list are on sale right now.
Yeah.
Now it's a shame that Horizon Zero Dawn didn't get released on PC in time.
Oh yeah.
We're still waiting for it. It's still saying summer, right? But that would have been good timing because I really want to try that out on PC.
It really would have been, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. Man.
Sorry.
Ooh. Sorry. There we are. Very Canadian. Sorry, man.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I aggravated you, Rob.
I'm sorry. I spoke out. I'm sorry.
Sorry I pushed the button there, eh?
I'm sorry I pushed the buttons.
Next time we get together, I'll buy you Tim's. How's that sound?
Yeah, I'll buy you Tim's. Get some Timbits. Hey, play some hockey. There's no hockey anymore.
Well,
yeah, let's carry on from there.
Yeah, I guess we can move on to what we've been playing.
Yeah.
I'll start off this week.
Sure.
I I bought Star Wars Pod Racer last weekend, and been playing that a bit. So it's a remaster. It's not a remake. It is a remaster.
Okay.
And I'm only 100% sure of this now because they did not remaster all of the character models in the game.
Right.
There's this point where you're in a garage, and I was just playing as Anakin. I really want to kind of go back to the N64 version, because I think you had to unlock other drivers kind of as you completed levels.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
This one you can start as whoever. Yeah, but I started off as Anakin because I'm old school like that. I'm like,
right.
and there's a scene after I won a race, and he's in the garage talking to Quado. I think that's the guy's name. Right. Anyways, Qui-Gon Jinn, the Liam Neeson character, is standing next to him, and literally the side of Anakin's face is like, you can actually tell it's like supposed to be Anakin, and then Qui-Gon Jinn still has his blocky like N64 head.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, look what you missed. But
yeah,
other than just a little nit like that, you know what? The game feels easier for some reason. I think they might have toned down the controls. I don't know, because I seem to remember having to use the slide a lot, like skidding around corners and stuff.
This is going to sound like I'm ragging on what I always rag on with an N64 with the controller.
Yeah.
But I've heard that the computer version played a lot easier, and that a lot of people say the N64 controller was just way too sensitive. That it was set too high, and that the PC version played a little easier. So maybe they ported more of that. Although the graphics you're describing sure sound like they're N64, but
everything else has been polished up.
Sure.
Right. And you definitely still get that sense of speed, which was always something that I totally enjoyed about that, right?
Yeah, you bet.
But yeah, I was just I played like 6 races, and I'm like, man, this seems a lot easier than it used to. But hard to say. I'm gonna have to break out the old one.
You're more epic right now. With age comes wisdom.
I've got 20 more years experience gaming since that came out.
There you go.
So, yeah, you know what? Love it for the nostalgia. I'm going to do a comparison video one of these days if, I ever get my renovations done, and just add it to the list of things I want to make videos for. Next up, Last of Us 2. Also had some more time to play that this week. A lot more impressed this week than I was last.
Okay.
One thing that they've done so well and is you never feel like you're in the same place twice. Like everything, like when you're scavenging, and that's my tip for Last of Us 2. ABC or ABS, always be scavenging. Always be scavenging.
Always be scavenging.
I'm 7 hours in, and I'm taking my time. I paid full price for this game. I'm going to get every dang penny out of it. But story-wise, it's good. It's very well paced. If there's anything holding the story back, it's me right now. Because I'm digging and checking everywhere. The beginning, I wasn't so impressed with the first few hours of the game. It just felt like more of the same. But I'm starting to feel more of the new mechanics and things now.
Sure. So it's a lighthearted romp through Happy Town, right? Is that kind of the tone of the game?
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is one, Rob, I recommend you play with your kids. It will teach them some lessons.
I bet it will. And I'll be paying for their therapy later.
Send Rob $5 for his kids'
For his kids'
therapy.
So how are you liking the story so far? As someone who played through Last of Us 1, how do you feel like a lot of the reason I'm asking is a lot of the Metacritic bombing that's going on is
Yeah.
people complaining about what they did with the story and the characters, and without any spoilers, what's your take on that?
So far nothing unexpected.
Okay.
My kid hasn't been playing it. She's chosen to watch PewDiePie play it.
Oh.
And she asked where I was yesterday, where I was in the game. And she
Mhm.
did a, oh, and I'm like, come on.
Stop it.
She's like, stuff's gonna get crazy.
Oh, it's gonna get crazy. You're really gonna be surprised by what happened next.
Yeah.
You won't believe what number 5 is.
Exactly. She clickbaited me in real life.
Yep, she clickbaited you real good. Well, good.
So yeah, I'm gonna keep on it. Just playing it whenever I can. Haven't had a whole lot of free time, just sneaking in stuff where I can. So maybe next week I'll give another little update and be like, my God!
Sounds good.
But so far, like, I'm enjoying what they've done. I enjoy I was gonna say I enjoy the world, but I appreciate. I was feeling last week when I gave my update that I think I even said that it's nothing. I hadn't seen an Uncharted 4.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some things now.
You've seen some.
I've seen some things.
I've seen some things.
Yeah. So, other than Overwatch becoming my new bedtime game, well, I play a round or two before I turn the lights out. I didn't get a chance to play this because I just saw the sale last night and I just downloaded it. But I wanted to mention that the Double Dragon and Kunio Kun collection on the Switch, which is like 18 games or something.
Yep.
Is on sale half price right now, because when it was out, it was $55.
Right.
And, and looking at everything that was in it and watching the trailer, I nearly pulled the trigger then. And I'm like, don't be stupid. And I didn't. So the game's got Double Dragon 1, 2, and 3. Okay. But it also has all these Kunio Kun games, which I don't know if I've ever really mentioned it on here or not before, but Super Dodgeball on the NES is it's one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, it's that look. It's River City Ransom. It's,
yes. Yeah. And that game is in there. River City Ransom is in there. But then there's like this whole, man, I forget the name of it, but they have this like high school. And there's like all these different sport games. So there's like 3 other dodgeball games.
Okay.
And then there's like hockey and soccer and like
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be awesome. So I'm dropping this right now as kind of a like, you're definitely gonna hear me talking about this more in the future. But I love those little characters, like the design of characters with the big heads, small bodies, and
You betcha.
And I mean, there's actually, besides, there was 3 games that are out already on the NES online on the Switch that were in this bundle. With Dodgeball, River City Ransom, and one other one. Which I was like, oh man. And I'm like, you know what? Oh, Double Dragon. Duh.
Right.
And I was like, when I watched the trailer again and saw all those other games that were on there, you know what? Instead of talking about them, Rob, entertain the people.
I was actually doing something while you were. Yes, Ryan is currently looking up the Kunio Kun thing.
Okay,
The
let's see if
selection for the Switch store.
Renegade. Renegade's another game that's in there.
Right, yeah, that was a good game.
Crash and the Boys Street Challenge. I don't know that.
It's an old NES game. Yeah, that's funny.
So
I know
there,
that one.
Neketsu High School Dodgeball Club.
Just throw in club at the end, right?
Yeah, and
Club.
but yeah, there's Hockey Club Slip and Slide Madness. But so yeah, some of these are very Japanese names.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's soccer, there's street basketball, like all of Dunk Heroes. So like yeah, I can't wait to try these. I'm super stoked.
Sounds good.
Because also I've bought some of these games on eBay, the Japanese cartridges, and tried to get them working on the Retron, and they don't always work.
Yes. Yep.
So, yeah. And No Man's Sky. Yeah, I haven't touched it in almost 3 weeks.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
I'm okay. So, that's all I've been up to.
It's a lot of games, man.
Yeah,
it's a lot of games.
Yeah, like still, like if I'm not renovating, I'm playing games. So, what have you been up to?
Well,
game-wise,
other than playing the best bad game challenge game ever, spoilers, it wasn't. Keep it on with Ring Fit Adventure, which again is it's the most thorough exercise game I've played as far as what you can add, what you can remove, customization. Yes, that's the word. There's just and the story is just worth going back to. It's really well done. Like all the hype is real about it. So
like the story mode, like how long? Yep. Like it's an ongoing one, or
it's an ongoing one. Yep. So you exercise, and then every 15 minutes or so, it says, "Hey, you want to cut out for the day and come back later?" But yeah, it's like you go to different worlds. You like there's a overworld map. It's yeah, it's
cool.
It's very, very cool. Yeah, it's very well done. So
I still got to get together with you and grab my copy.
Yeah, you betcha.
And let it collect dust for right now, because
and the interface, like the ring itself, is utilized very well.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't feel cheap, which I totally thought it would. Because the Nintendo has a habit of some other plasticky doodads not feeling great. This feels very well done, and yeah, it works. It just works.
That's what I like to hear.
Ring Fit Challenge or Ring Fit Adventure. It's a game. Go play it if you can find one. They are restocking them, but scalpers have been picking them up like crazy as they're getting restocked in limited supplies. So, and so there's that. But the what else I've been playing is I'm playing my way through an old PS2 series on the PS4 called Jak and Daxter. You might have heard about it. They've had a few games.
Yeah. What's the deal with them? See, this is bad, but I always get Jak and Daxter and
Ratchet and Clank
mixed up. Yeah.
They were both done very close. They're both 3D platformers. Different kind of worlds. Like Ratchet and Clank is like a futuristic kind of world, whereas Jak and Daxter is almost like a magical kind of world. So
okay.
And it's Naughty Dog. So it's very good game. It's
interesting.
Yeah, it might be one of the first ones that Naughty Dog did outside of Crash there. So
okay.
But yeah, it's replaying it. It's on the PS4, and when you were talking about the remaster / remake of Pod Racer, it made me think of this because it is redone, but it is very much still the PS2 game, just kind of emulating.
Yeah.
I mean, it's priced that way too. It's like $14 or something, but You'll all remember, those of us who got PS2s back in the day, that the PS2 was kind of the first system that and the GameCube and the Xbox were kind of when 3D platformers kind of became more of a thing. Like I know Rare was doing Banjo-Kazooie and things like that, but with it really kind of went into its own in the PS2. There were a bunch of different games that did that, where you could actually control the camera and all sorts of things like that. And you forget how far we've come with camera control until you've played one of the older games.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. The camera control for this game is awful. I mean, it's there, so I appreciate it. But the left and right are inverted. And the camera catches on everything. Just occasionally you can't rotate the camera a certain direction because it doesn't know what to do to get past a rock or whatever else is in the way. So, but the game itself, amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, and what kind of sparked this is I'm getting collector's editions of Jak 2 and 3 in a trade I've done online there.
Right.
So I wanted to go back and play 1 before I got them. So it's a really fun game. Like it's absolutely amazing game. The story is fantastic. So the controls are spot on.
Is it like because I've never touched one of these games. So is it like is it kind of like Ratchet and Clank where you're playing like both characters are kind of you're playing them both kind of simultaneously, like doing different things with them? And...
Yeah, like you've got Daxter on your shoulder all the time.
Okay.
And he's does different things, and he says wisecrack remarks, and they're very similar games. It's I mean, controls are tight. It's a very well done game. The sense of humor is hysterical. Like it does a lot of good quips and things like that. And if you want to get a good dose of PS2 platforming and see how far we've come at the same time, check it out on your PS4 store. The PS4 store.
Okay.
Do it.
So I felt very much that same way about Uncharted, the first one.
Sure.
The one that's been remastered. Like it, you could tell that it was a much older generation game.
Yeah.
But it looked pretty good.
Yeah, this looks very PS2-ish. It's we all remember, and I mean the jump from PS1 to PS2, I'm going to come out and say, this is my hot take. Do not lump Ryan in with this opinion. I thought the graphical improvement from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2, that era, biggest single generation improvement in video games. That's my hot take.
Ooh.
Play Metal Gear Solid and any Metal Gear PlayStation 2 game and tell me that's not something you could at least consider.
Okay.
It's the jump was so big. Like it actually, yeah. That's
everyone. You can send your angry emails to us at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com.
If people disagree, I mean they're wrong, but that's fine. They can No. We respect all opinions, no matter how long on this show. That's
glad to get that in there, hey? We respect all opinions, no matter how dumb you are.
Yep. Here's another prime example, one that I know is close to both our hearts.
Okay.
Play a PS1 snowboarding game.
Ooh.
And play SSX Tricky.
Yeah. Well, I can even like try and go back and play like 1080 on the N64. Or...
Yeah. There you go. And that's what I've been playing.
Okay.
That's what I've been playing.
Good.
Yeah.
We had a poll this week put up by our good buddy Brent.
Brent.
With his question was, with all the craziness and hardship this year has brought to the world, where do you realistically see your near future gaming habits? In the poll, coming in third, things have been rough, I'm going to ride out the current gen for a while. Tied for second, we had F the World, Dreamcast It Is, was in second place. As well as I'm switching to another platform with better deals on games and subscription services. And then number one was Forget the Strife. I'm going to usher in the new gen big time. So
there you go.
Yeah.
F the World, Dreamcast It Is. I actually like that one. I should have voted for that
one. So yeah. Another
Thanks
excellent
voted.
Yeah, another excellent poll. So Rob.
Want me to talk about
tell me about the bad game challenge.
The bad game challenge. Oh man. You know what? It wasn't as revoltingly bad as some of the other games we played. It is definitely the most boring out of anything you picked. It was boring yet unfair. It was awful. So the game was called Super Colors Runner for the Nintendo Switch. And it was a runner, like an endless running game, but you're a ship and you have 4 different colors you can switch your shield to, so that if you hit planets, you can, if you're on the same color of shield as the planet, you can keep going. It doesn't damage you.
Right.
And there are power-ups and none of them matter. You're just trying to get health and get coins so you can get more ships, because it's another mobile game. But without some of the things that you would expect to be in a game, like the ability to fly straight.
Yeah, that was my favorite thing about that. But you always had to be going left or right.
Left or right. In a game just that demands precision, you couldn't fly straight.
I commented there on your post. I'm like, at the 4-minute mark of the video, you're like, do I got to keep playing this?
Yeah, it was. I'm like, man, at 4 minutes, I'm already done, and I have to fill at least another 6, at least, and provide some entertainment for the game.
But you set a goal, and you went for it.
I did. I got it. I got another ship that made the game harder. The power-up made the game harder because your ship was bigger. I'm like, this isn't a power-up. This is...
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So thankfully, with all the sales going on, there was lots to choose from for the game coming up.
Okay.
And I have to look at it on the phone because I totally forgot the name of it.
Okay.
It is called A Dual Hand Disaster, Tracker, but with Trackher.
Oh, I see. I pulled it up here.
Yeah, and I played this for like 10 minutes. I had no idea what I was doing.
It's 9 cents. That's the American price, so it's 8.
Yeah, so it's like 12 cents.
12 cents.
I played this to make sure. I had no idea what I was doing. I could not figure out what I was supposed to be doing.
Oh, okay. So this is the description of the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed the description. Please read it for the people.
The only split-screen, single-player, twin-stick risk 'em up, not shoot 'em up, but risk 'em up.
Yep.
In which your score is meaningless unless you exist. Destroy the left, recover the right. Tracker. A dual-hand disaster. Tracker was created in El Paso, Texas.
Oh, it was? I thought it was European. You will know what I mean when you try and play it. When you try and figure out what's going on in the game, you will be surprised. This was an American game. So, yeah. You know what? You might take to it and you'll be like, man, I get this game. And if you are, please enlighten me because I had no idea what was going on.
I'm going to write this down because I'll forget. A dual hand disaster.
Yep.
Okay.
And I've got the receipt. It was 13 cents.
Yeah. Awesome. Love it.
So look forward to that.
I'm gonna get it today because Sundays is usually when the sales go off, I think. So, or like
Great.
Mondays, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you know how when you're talking about tiers in a game,
Mm-hmm.
it's TIERS.
Yep.
This is spelled TEARS. So maybe their
Nice.
misspelling is part of
Maybe
their
part
whole
of the appeal.
Yeah.
And you know what? You might. I'm curious. I really want to see you play this, and like maybe you'll be the guy this game's aimed for, and it's like, oh, this all makes sense. This game gets me.
Rob's so dumb.
How do you? This is art. This game is art. Yep, it sure is. It sure is.
Well, I hate to disappoint everyone, but I did not get to my retro pick this week. Yeah, I'm a bad man. I'm sorry.
I'm shaking my head at him disapprovingly for the audio podcast.
I'll do two next time. How about that?
Nah, that's. I'll pick one for this week while you're doing the bad game challenge.
Okay.
I'll play. I'll play something. It's gonna be awesome.
You should put some Jak and Daxter up so I can see what the game looks like.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
So you pulled a last-minute audible and added something that's making us grumpy this week. You want to take her? You want to take her away?
Yeah, you betcha. You betcha. So this just came out. In the Microsoft Store, listing for the upcoming Crash Bandicoot 4 has revealed that the game will contain in-app purchases. Although the listing doesn't say microtransactions specifically, Activision controversially added them to Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled in 2019. And this is from KeenGamer.com, but I've seen this story in other places too. So, yeah. This is the most Activision kind of Activision thing you could do. You're taking a game that people have been waiting for a true sequel for, I want to say, 15 years? I'm not entirely sure because it's a sequel to 3. So it was PlayStation 1 era. So at least 15 years, probably 20. And you get people very excited. You release a trailer that gets, people are enjoying it. They're enjoying the art. You get people into the game, and we're going to have some in-app purchases, we're going to have some microtransactions.
So,
they did this with Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. They added this later. Like, they let all the reviews get out.
Do you know what sort of thing they added in Crash Team Racing? Like what microtransactions were?
It was power-ups because there were things you could get to improve your cars, as well as skins and stuff like that, like costumes and things. Yeah. But you could get them faster if you did the DLC.
Right. Yeah.
And they did this like 2 weeks after the game released so that all the reviews got out for all the high scores. And that's the Activision way, is that they wait until the game's out and everyone gets the reviews, and and then once the reviews are all out, we're adding DLC. They changed the game after, and I think they did this with does Activision do Battlefield as well, or not the last Battlefield, or Battlefront, one of those
Battlefront, that was Battle. No,
that was EA.
That's all EA.
Did they not have like a first-person shooter franchise, or
Activision? Yeah, Call of Duty, or
is it Call of Duty?
Modern Warfare? Yeah, Call of Duty.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did that other story about the mobile.
Yep.
The mobile game that came out that had like, we were talking about that video where the guy bought like 20 boxes, and it was always the same percentage, like.
Yes, that's right.
So that was Activision.
So if this game is going to have microtransactions, it better not be $80.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is you're not doing this with some new IP or something that comes out every year. Fans have been waiting for this game for over 20 years. And if you're just going to dump this crap on and say, by the way, you need more gems because you can't start to try the level again, or you need some help getting the time trials because you want 100% the game, just download this What was their term for it? Activision had a
Boo, boo,
particularly
was it
crappy
a booster pack or something like
booster,
that?
in-game incentive, or it was something like that. I mean, it wasn't surprise mechanics. That was EA, right? Yeah, which is still my favorite term for all
Oh,
these. But
absolutely.
surprise mechanics.
Surprise.
So yeah,
So
this as someone who was super excited about Crash Bandicoot 4, this was a huge letdown, and it made me very grumpy.
yeah. So honestly, man, like it's a new game. It's not a remake.
Yeah,
It's going to be $80.
yeah,
And it's
I
going
don't
to
doubt
have
it for
this
a
crap
second.
and it's going to have this crap in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or hopefully, the backlash from this will help them change it, because it's not coming out right away. Maybe they'll change their tune by the time this comes out.
I hope so.
Yeah. That, and it's really weird that Crash Bandicoot's going to come out for the Xbox as well. That, on a side note,
Oh, is it?
very weird. Yeah, it's going to be Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's a little weird, but that's neither here nor there.
That is kind of weird. Like,
Yeah.
Is that because of, like, is Crash not considered? I guess it's not an exclusive anymore because like the Insane trilogy came out on everything.
Yep. Absolutely.
And so did Crash Team Racing for that matter.
Yep. Yeah. It is because it's Toys for Bob doing it, right? So
yeah.
Yeah, that's my rant.
That's valid. That's very valid.
Thank you for listening.
Well, I think that's an episode, Rob.
It's been an episode, all right? It has been.
I think we just hit the hour mark, so I think we're right on track.
We droned on enough, so we can hang up and I can buy some Steam games.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, thank you everyone for checking us out. As always, you can check out all of our original content at grumpyoldgamers.com. And probably where we're most active, you can look us up on Facebook, the Grumpy Old Gamers. And you know what? From the Facebook page, we got YouTube, we got the Twitters, we got it all. Do we know how to use it? No.
Not at all.
Leave us something there. We'll eventually get back to you.
Should we get the Twitch? Let us know on the email. Ryan and I are talking about getting whether we should have Twitch or not Twitch, or
I got a Twitch.
Yeah, the Twitch is
in my back when I walk too much.
Ryan got back. Yeah, we don't understand Twitch. We don't understand things, but the kids are all talking about it. So.
I think it's more for live streaming, and we only did like live stuff when we were doing like the worst games ever, and
that's right,
things like that. So
remember when we could be in the same house
when
and
we could get together, and
it was good.
Now, if you were to come over, I'd have to have a plexiglass screen between us.
That's right.
Or just
you have to douse me with cleaning solution.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Damon or Brent want to do some streaming for us.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll run it.
There you go.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Yeah, look us up. We're out there. Have a good evening.
What he said. Take care. Bye-bye.